Here's what happened in the market through the first quarter. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. How's the market? The number one question out there when it comes to real estate. People get asked this all the time, especially professionals, and people want to know this all the time. And in such a volatile climate that we're in, I want to bring you the real data so you know what is actually going on. So here's where we are for Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties, and the city of Philadelphia through the first quarter in 2023. We've seen sales decrease 26.7 to 31.1%. So significantly less homes are selling. That affects buyers and it affects sellers. I'll explain in a second. The median sale price we saw grow in Montgomery and Chester counties 3.9 to 7.7%, declined 0.4% in Delaware County, and 2.1% in the city of Philadelphia. So we've seen relatively stable prices, some increases, some flat, some slight decreases. Days on market is ranging 23 to 27 days in the month of March in the suburbs, 25 to 31 days year to date in the suburban counties, and 58 to 59 days in the city of Philadelphia. So right around a month, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, about 2 months in the city of Philadelphia. Sellers are still receiving right at the asking price when it comes to selling their home. The average we're seeing is 99.2 to 100.6% in Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties, and 93.7% of the asking price in the city of Philadelphia. Year to date, those numbers are a little less, so we can see the market's heating up a bit here. Year to date, we're seeing 98.4 to 99.9% in the suburban counties and 92.8% in the city of Philadelphia. New listings are down, so new inventory coming to the market is down 13.2 to 22.2% for the 4-county area, and supply in Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties is ranging from a 0.944 to 1.16 month supply, meaning if no new homes came on the market, it would take about a month for everything to sell, and a 2.59 month supply in the city of Philadelphia. Lastly, rates. What's going on with rates? We've seen rates, they've gone up, they've come down, they declined 5 straight weeks. Right now, we're seeing rates come in that 6 3/8 to 6.5 range. So we've seen rates really stabilize here in the low to mid 6 range. So what does all this mean? And we've been talking a lot about data and stats. I just threw a ton of numbers at you. Here's what I'm seeing. If you're a seller right now, and CoreLogic just came out with a survey that I'm going to explain in a second. We're going to put the chart up right on the video here so everyone can see it. If you're a seller right now, inventory is poised to bottom out. We haven't seen a bottom yet. We've seen a little more homes come on the market each week as we chart the 4 to 5 county area, including Bucks. So if I'm a seller right now and I've got a place to go, I'm getting my home on the market because inventory's still low. We've seen rates stabilize, and we know there's going to be more competition that comes to the market in late April, in May, and in June. Historically, that happens every single year. Take out the COVID years, and that's what goes on in our local market. So knowing that we're starting to see the price increases aren't double digits year over year anymore, we're seeing prices really stabilize here and be flat in some areas, I'd be looking at getting my home on the market now while competition's still low and demand is still high. If I'm a buyer and I'm waiting for the market to bottom out, you're going to be waiting for a long time. We're going to put this chart up now from CoreLogic that talks about where they see prices going. And nationally, we saw a little bit of a dip in home prices, not so much locally here, nationally. And everyone is expecting 2023 prices to end at or higher than the peak that you're seeing here on this chart from CoreLogic. If you're one of those buyers that's waiting for the market to bottom out, you're going to have to be waiting for a very long time. What I'm seeing here is the stabilization of the market, the return to normalcy. We're still seeing homes move fast. We're still seeing them go right at or even slightly above the asking price. So be prepared for that if you're a seller or a buyer. Sellers, I'd price your home right where you think it's going to sell for. And buyers, I'd be prepared to go above the asking price just to secure the property. And most importantly, you've got to get local advice. You've got to understand what's happening in the local market because we're seeing some pockets of different counties behave differently than others. And if someone can't give you that local data, then you might need to talk to another agent who can. All this data matters. We're seeing things stabilize, and this is all good news for consumers that are out there. The market's not returning to a normal pace. It is slowing down slightly And there is still competition out there. We're still seeing multiple offers because supply hasn't come up. And until it does, buyers need to have that multiple offer mindset, and sellers should be taking advantage.